Hi everybody, it's Becky. Today I just wanted to make a video because I've had a lot on my mind lately, and today's May 30th, and I'm going to title this video "My Mom Made Me Fat." And um, the only reason that I'm going to title it that is because our moms play a big part in our lives, and they're our biggest role model when we're little. And so a lot of the habits that we learn as far as eating, taking care of ourselves, being confident, being strong, being able to face life's challenges, we get from our moms, as women anyway. I know that boys learn a lot from their moms too, but I think as girls, our moms are our biggest influence, our biggest, role model. And in my case, my mom, it was a very difficult childhood. Not only was she an alcoholic, but she was a compulsive eater. And so I don't even ever remember my mom exercising, not even once. I do remember her doing just about anything she could think of, quick solutions to lose weight, but I don't remember her ever really following a healthy lifestyle. She has no boundaries with herself, no limits, eats still to this day whenever she wants, at all hours of the day, whatever she wants. And I would say weighs probably 280 pounds. But when I went to therapy, my therapist said, the reason that you've struggled so much with low self-esteem is because your role model, your main role model as a child was your mom, and she didn't provide you any skills to stand on your own 2 feet, feel good about yourself, be strong, make good decisions when it comes to eating. If anything, what I learned from my mom was to be ashamed of myself, to be ashamed of my body, to be ashamed of what I was eating, to be ashamed of who I was. And when you grow up like that, it's very difficult to feel good about yourself. I didn't have anyone teach me what healthy eating was, or exercise, or how important that was, or just being on a schedule, on a routine, where you wake up at a normal time every day, you go to bed at a normal time every night, you have 3 meals a day, pretty regular. You don't eat mindlessly throughout the day whenever you feel like it. Well, that was my role model, and that's what I saw. And so when I became an adult, in my teenage years is when I started gaining weight, and I felt really fat, even though I wasn't that fat then. I was maybe 175, 180, but I felt a lot bigger than the other girls, and so I already felt fat before I really was fat, but my eating habits were horrible. I drank pop, I ate junk food, I ate fast food, I ate whatever I wanted all the time. I had no schedule, I had no routine, I had no structure, I had no boundaries when it came to food. And so, of course, I gained weight. I had my first child when I was 22, and I gained 60 pounds in that pregnancy because I ate whatever I craved and whatever I wanted, just like I did as a kid. And then after I had him, it was just from that point on, my weight was an issue. I tried so many things to lose weight, diet pills, crash diets. We all know how that goes. I ended up gaining it all back plus more. And my self-esteem was so low that it was just a vicious cycle. I would lose weight and feel pretty good, then I'd gain it all back and feel worse than I did before I ever started the diet. And it was so hard to pick myself up again and try. But as far as being educated on eating right, I had to do that all by myself. And, I learned a lot of it when I was dieting. I learned a lot of it when I went to Weight Watchers. And I knew what to do, but my natural instinct was to eat the bad things because I grew up eating the bad things like sugar, candy, pop, carbs, fast food, greasy food. I preferred that kind of food because that's how I grew up. And I've had to teach myself that that was wrong. And I've had to teach myself to be more structured. I've had to educate myself on what foods are healthy and what foods are not healthy. I've had to learn to like exercise. I've had to learn to like eating healthy and feeling good about myself. I've had to learn to forgive myself when I mess up and jump right back on. When in the past I would mess up for the day and it would cause a binge for weeks or even months, or I might even give up altogether. But now when I mess up and I eat something I shouldn't, I move on and I forget about it. And I've noticed that when I have done that, um, it doesn't interfere with my weight loss as long as I jump right back on. And that's good to know because a lot of us have that mindset that, oh, I messed up, so I'm done and I'm a failure. Well, that's not true. You're never a failure as long as you keep trying. We are human and we're going to make mistakes. And those bad habits that we learned, those coping mechanisms for eating was my coping mechanism. And having to change that takes time. We've had many years of using food as a comfort, using food as a way of coping, using food to make us feel better, but then right after you eat it, you feel worse. The key is forgive yourself and don't wait till the next day. Wait till the next meal and say, this time I'm going to eat something healthy now and I'm back on track and that's it. You just put it behind you, you forgive yourself, and you continue on. And I guarantee you that if you continue on, you'll still lose weight. And every time that you decide that you're not going to eat something, like yesterday, one of the girls at work brought this huge coffee cake from Panera that was huge and looked so good, but it was sitting there right in front of me all day and I didn't have one bite. And every time I reject something like that, it empowers me and it shows me how strong I am and it shows me that I don't need to eat those foods. I'm not missing out on anything. Just because other people are eating it does not mean that it's okay. People eat mindlessly all the time thinking that it's okay. All the other girls are eating it. Why can't I? The reason I can't eat it is because I have an issue with food. If I allow myself to eat that, then it makes me feel bad and it creates shame within myself. But if I reject it and I say I don't need that, then it empowers me. And every single time I do that, it empowers me a little bit more. And it's taken years to learn these skills. It's taken years for me to be able to forgive myself and continue on. It's taken years to build my self-esteem and to learn that I'm worth it and that eating healthy and exercising makes me feel good and I deserve to feel good. My mom lives with me and she still has the same habits. And what worries me the most is that she watches my daughter during the day. Now that school's out, she's going to be watching her during the day. And my daughter loves her grandma and she hangs out with her, but she also eats with her. And Sophie does have the tendency to gain weight and she has a big appetite and she loves, all the bad things like all of us. And I tried to talk to my mom the other day and I said I'd really like Sophie to be on a regular schedule even though she's off for the summer And I've been trying to teach Sophie what healthy snacks are. And I really don't want her to just be snacking and eating all day, Mom. And the thing that bothered me the most is my mom just kind of looked at me like she doesn't care. It really hurts because I don't know what I'm going to do. I can't control what my mom does. And I don't want her to influence my daughter in that way, but I don't really know what to say or do. I'm thinking about taking her and putting her in a daycare center or somewhere else and that's going to cause a fight with my mom. Because my mom really doesn't care about eating right. And then, people that are actively eating like that sometimes prefer having someone eat with them. It's like misery loves company. It's like an alcoholic. They prefer to have someone there drinking with them because it makes them feel better about what they're doing. And so she's done that to me as a child. She did that to my sister, and now she's doing it to my daughter. And it's just not fair. So yeah, my mom made me fat. I choose to change that. I've turned it around, and I can try to make a difference in my daughter's life and not do the same to her. We are our children's biggest influence. We can influence them negatively or we can influence them positively. It's up to us. We are their role models. I didn't have one. I really didn't. And I've had to create my own role model for myself, and that's me. So that's all I have. I didn't want this video to be too long. It's already over 12. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And I would love any video responses or comments or advice or any feelings on this subject. I would love to hear. So I hope you all have a wonderful day. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.